welcome to the Mama Nevin Knits YouTube channel. My name is Joan, and today is September 14th, and it is 88 degrees where I am. I have always tried on my show to be as positive as possible and to try to look for the bright side of things. I'm having a tough time with that this week. Some weeks are tougher than others. This one has been really hard. I want to say, first of all, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. You did a great job here on earth doing the Lord's will in your life. My condolences go to his family. I especially feel for his mom. My oldest son, Scott, is 2 months older than Charlie Kirk. I understand there is a list in the knitting community for those who express condolences to his family, and if I make the list, so be it. I don't care. I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I have been saved by the blood of the Lamb. And I am not ashamed to say that. So my show today is probably going to be a little bit more somber. It's been hard this week. It's been hard for, I think, a lot of us. So that's where we are. Right, the first thing we're going to talk about, this is my second time recording this, so I am probably going to forget a bunch of stuff and whatever. Because when I went to upload what I said before, I had no sound. So I have to record the whole show again. So, my first thing that I worked on, I worked on 4 things this week. So, the first one were the Moga socks. And this is how far we are. I'm very close to putting a heel on these. And once I put a heel and go down the foot, these will be done. Yay. These are 60 stitches, 2.25 millimeter needles. And the yarn is fingering sock called Dottie by Anzula. And this is the marigold colorway. Doesn't look marigold to me. I always thought marigold was yellow, but whatever. The Halloween blanket. Now, Liz on Knit Night knows me too well, because Knit Night, she goes, well, have you started that Halloween blanket yet? And I showed it to her because I had started it. So she knows me a little bit too well. This is my second try, because here, this is where I am so far. Not very far along. But you have to keep really careful counts with this. So I have been attempting to keep very careful counts with this. This is loops and thread yarn. I am using a G hook, and I will put the pattern up on the up here. Sorry, I'm umming so much today. I am probably going to change the pattern a little bit. I don't think anything negative about people who like sugar skulls. They're just not my thing, so I'm not going to put it on my blanket. Okay? Alrighty. The Battenberg. So, the Battenberg is about a quarter of the way done. So, right now it's about 20 by 20, and it needs to be 40 by 40. So that's a long way to go. Right now it's got 390 squares on it, and it needs to have 1,600. A little way to go. But along that vein, the color squares have been dwindling, and I still have some color squares, but they're kind of not the vibrant ones. So I like put a vibrant one in there every now and again. So here's what I did this week. I did 7 of those. So I'll have those to pull from next week when I'm putting new ones on. So we have 1,210 to go to put on the blanket. A little bit ways to go. Okay, now, the only other thing I worked on was this for Sherry. So Sherry, I will put the strings in it and have this in the mail to you tomorrow. So it's just really cute. I don't know if you can see in the green, those are trees. And I had knitted stockings for my family. And I noticed that when you knit stockings, the thing is they keep stretching. And you have to put more and more in them. So I decided to line them with fabric so we could keep that stretching to a minimum. And so this fabric right here was the lining of one of my stockings, so I had to work around it. I almost didn't have enough, but I did manage to squeak this one bag out of it. So that will be going to you tomorrow, Sherry. And thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. And I went, again, because of what has happened this week, been kind of down. I know that a lot of people feel the same way. Usually when I'm kind of down, I go for retail therapy. But this week, even retail therapy wasn't helping me. I just wasn't finding anything I wanted. So we went to Walmart this weekend, and I found this. And so I thought that was really cute, and then I found this to go with it. So the blocks on here are not as dark as on this, but close enough. So it's kind of a buffalo plaid type situation, but I have got to stop. I either need to stop buying so fast or I need to start sewing faster. So I don't know what the solution there is, but I got to get to doing it. All right. For entries for the Moga cowl and the Knits in White Satin cowl, or mal or whatever it is, if you're having trouble using the form to send in your entries, what you can do is send an email to blockedmagazine@gmail.com. And I'll put that up here. And you can send an entry in on the email that has your name, details about your project, specifics on your yarn, and how many grams the project has that's been knitted. Attach a picture and send it away, and that will count as an entry for you. Okay. Let's see. I will be on Knit Night tomorrow night. I'm going to try to get there on time. I don't know, because my husband has a doctor's appointment tomorrow. All right. Happenings. I got to see all my kids this week, including my grand dog. So that perked me up a little bit. I had told you last week that when Steve came over, he accidentally went home with our keys. So I had to go to the eye doctor on Tuesday. My left eye doctor. I have a left eye doctor, a right eye doctor, a cataract doctor, and a regular doctor. I know. But I went to my left eye doctor, and he said, looks good, see you in about 6 months, because my right eye is my really problem child. So we went by Steve's work and picked up our keys, and everybody told me how wonderful he was, and, you know, makes Mama's heart proud. Sorry, I hate to so much. But then Saturday morning early, Steve and Jessica came over with my sweet little Chippy Chip because they were going camping for the night. And the campground they are going to is like 7 miles from our house. So we're like, if you need anything, call us. Because we've been camping since the kids were babies. Well, since before the kids were babies. Excuse me. And so we have a lot of camping supplies. And so Jessica and Steve were like, yeah, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? And so we're like, yep, stop by. So they came and picked up all the things they needed. And so we let Chips out in the backyard and let her run around and, you know, get some zoomies out and stuff. And the little stinker caught us all not looking and jumped in the pool. She's so cute. I just adore her. She's such a little stinker. And so then she was going to run over and roll in the dirt, and Jessica was like, no! So once they left and went camping, so a little while later, Scott and Becca came over, and they took us antiquing. We have a nice antique mall in our town. And so they took us antiquing, and y'all, they can't take me anywhere because this happened. Yes, apparently I forgot I had feet and then needed to go use those to go downstairs. So I also have this. This is not quite as bad. But anyway. And of course, you know, there was so many people around. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, go away. I'm embarrassed. And my watch was going to call 911 because it's like, did you fall? And it's like, yes, I fell, but no, you don't need to call 911. Leave them alone. So, you know, it's funny, I guess. Everything hurts today. I feel like I've been in a fight and I didn't do too well. Because honestly and truly, my hip is sore. And I told my husband today, I was like, you know, I'm probably lucky I didn't break my hip. Anyway, so show and tell is my September bag. And when I think of September, I was always thought of back to school, even though when I used to go to school, we started the last week of August. But, you know, fully back in school is September to me. So I found this fabric at Hancock Fabric. That tells you how old it is. So the inside is a big panel. I don't know if you can see that. Here, let me take everything out and turn it inside out so you can see it. So it's a big, oops, sorry, forgot one thing. It's a big panel on this side. And then on this side, it's books. So I made that. I also made this little Notions pouch. And it's got a school bus charm on it. And then I also made this it's a DPN holder. And I used to make them real squishy, but I'm wondering now if that was necessary. Maybe that wasn't necessary. So if I make any more, I think I'm just going to use regular interfacing instead of the real spongy kind. I do have one other show and tell. My husband, right before I started recording, came in here and said, I've always liked shows with dinosaurs, so I brought you a dinosaur. So that's why that's there. He made that. That's one of the toys that he made. And I got to talk to him about what it's supposed to do. I thought its mouth was supposed to move, but it's not moving right. So I got to talk to him about that. But anyway, So here it is. This is all toys for someday if we ever get human grandchildren. We'll see. We'll see. Or we're talking about thinning out everything, getting rid of a bunch of stuff, having a bunch of yard sales. So his wooden toys may be in the yard sale. I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think he's going to want to get rid of them. But anyway, that is all I have today. Thank you for coming to visit with me. Hopefully it wasn't too sad. I want to try and be positive, but you know, I'm human and you guys are human and we have feelings. So thank you for coming by to visit. I hope you decide to visit me again next week. Bye-bye.
So we stopped by my parents' house to get some extra stuff, and someone just helped yourself, so we're gonna be a little late.